Emerce eDay podcast. Vanuit de Kromhouthal in Amsterdam is dit de Emerce eDay podcast. Met Jente Kater en Jaap Kooij.
Jaap, alweer bijna einde eDay. Wat gaan die dagen altijd ongelooflijk snel. Ja. De hoeveelste is dit die jij...
Voor mij is het denk ik de 5e of de 6e. Ja. En het is altijd weer een dag vol inspiratie. Leuke, inspirerende mensen tegenkomen. En hele nieuwe ontwikkelingen zien. Ja.
Het meest inspirerende wat je vandaag hebt gezien?
Ik vond het heel leuk om de trends voor 2017-18 te zien.
David
de keynote speaker. Ja. Maar Jowan zijn verhaal, waar we zo op komen, is ook een zeer futuristisch en inspirerend verhaal.
Ja. In the studio we have Jowan Osterland. Where is your chip?
Which one?
You have more. Okay. Take it away.
Yeah. So that was I heard your speech today. Fantastic talk.
Thank you.
And my main question, beginning question: how many people did you actually chip today from your talk? Because there were a lot of people assistant, but also a few.
We didn't chip anyone actually.
Okay.
I went from the speech to the CEO session, and now I'm here. So, but
maybe later.
The interest is good.
Yeah.
maybe we have to introduce the chipping first.
Yeah. For the listeners and viewers. So Jowan, and now you can explain yourself better, of course, later on. But just a quick introduction. Jowan is the founder of Biohacks International, and he's the guy who allegedly chipped most people in the world. With a chip, and I think, well, maybe for you, first question, can you explain something about a chip and how it works, and why would we do it?
Well, first off, because it's amazing. The chip itself is a tiny NFC circuit in a biocompatible casing, so it doesn't react to your body, the alkaline in the blood or the saline in the skin, and
it's really noisy over here, so we really have to eat the mic. We were talking about eating it. It's really noisy because we are just in front of the speakers arena.
NFC is near field communication. So it's the same thing you'd use with a card when you enter the bus. You shop with contactless payment. You open a door with your phone. And basically anything that is contactless is made with NFC. So
what is is there any research on the effect on the bodies? Because a chip card
extensive. So it's an FDA approved 8625 bioglass. It's been proven to work for several decades in all mammals. So we're a mammal. Yeah. The only thing is we have much better connective tissue, so it works a lot better with humans, actually.
Okay.
Having an implant just allows you to dump your wallet and your keychain at home, because it allows you to interact with a digital environment in a seamless and friction-free way. I open my offices in Stockholm and Helsingborg. I enter the gym, no cards, no wallet, no phone. I board the train, and in the near future, I will replace the need for your wallet and your keychain, and being less of a burden on both time and resources. It's unparalleled when it comes to sustainability and effectiveness, safety, and kind of gives you control over your digital persona and allows you to put a barrier between yourself and the online threats that are actual, like identity theft and all that.
Yeah, because maybe it's also good for people to really understand how it works. So if you look over the internet, so I just of course did some surfing, and you see, for instance, an American company that gave the people, the employees, the opportunity to chip themselves.
I was going to go there, but my ESTA got revoked.
Oh, really?
The Friday before I was supposed to leave.
Oh, God.
So after the embassy closed, so I didn't have time to get an emergency visa either. But I'm going to Washington for the ACC panel, so
Oh, cool.
hope I get a visa this
But
time.
my main question is, so this is then a company that allows its employees to chip themselves to get into the building and to do some other kind of stuff. But whose chip is it in the end? Is it the employee's chip or is it the...
Oh, no. Definitely your personal chip. I mean,
Okay.
it's your choice to use it in any system. So if I want to use it in the library, that's up to me. If I want to be completely anonymous, I'll just call myself Donald Duck. My phone doesn't care if I'm a Donald Duck. My computer doesn't care. Not my doors. And any hardware that I own doesn't care. It just gives you a very much higher security. Because the key is behind physical barrier. You carry it with you at all times. And if someone's going to try and copy it or hack it, they have to get right onto your person.
Yeah, that of course can be done, but how will it work? So how will people get the chip to act? So is there going to be a kind of a marketplace where companies can build apps and then I can select to put it on my chip or not and work with it?
Exactly like that.
Okay.
And that's mostly because that's what people are used to.
Yes.
If you have an iPhone, you get App Store. If you get an Android, you get Google Play. So it's no meaning in reinventing the wheel. We're just making it better and a little bit cooler because it's about implantable tech.
Okay. Yeah, because that's what I understood from your speech. So I need a phone to be able to put something with the NFC on my chip, and then I can use it the way I want it.
Yeah.
So I'm the one in control, and I'm not going to, like you said, I've got multiple chips. I don't have to have an Apple chip and an American Express chip and unless, of course, that's what they require us
One
to
chip
do.
to rule them all. So.
Yeah, exactly. Apple's not going to like that, are they?
No, I don't care. Apple
I
even
can
opened
imagine.
up to be able to read them. So now you can read it. You can read NDEF with iOS 11, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And almost every big company is starting to see the power of disruption in cross-segment and cross-discipline power. And they do realize, I mean, if you don't adapt and adopt, you're going to be shot in the water. I mean, look at Nokia.
Yeah.
They had 1 billion phones, clear lead globally, but that all disappeared in a matter of months because they didn't do a touchscreen.
Yeah.
Have you ever wake up one night and thought, oh, I feel my chip. Is something wrong with it? Or
No, unfortunately not, because that would be awesome. But the second we have active implants, they're going to be able to tell you when something is wrong, if something's wrong. So if you're arrhythmic, perhaps, they can tell you, like, okay, these kind of anomalies are normal unless this happens.
Yeah.
If this happens, do send this sequence to your cardiologist, and he can just online send a prescription. A Tesla car could have it driven to you in a matter of under a minute. Because I mean, if you're arrhythmic now, you feel something, oh shit, scary. You go to the hospital, and it's over. There's no measurements. There's no nothing. You go home. It happens again. Nothing at the hospital. You go home. You get a heart attack and die.
Yeah.
Boring.
So, but basically, the chip that you are implementing will then be kind of the master database or the master controller of all the other stuff that you've got into your body to make this happen. Like something for your heart, or if you want to have the blood pressure.
No, just one. I mean, right now we're only using rudimentary tech because that's what's available. You know, we're always developing. I mean, down the road, the guys Tim Cannon and Sean Sarver from Grindhouse Wetware made the North Star. It's a bit bigger implant, battery driven. It's activated by a magneto and it have 5 LED lights on it.
Okay.
So it just lights up for 10 seconds and that's it.
Yeah.
But that just proves that those LED lights can each and every LED be a sensor instead. So you can have heart rate, you can have breathing frequency, you can have, and that's the whole idea. They're showing that this is possible. You don't have to be MIT, you don't have to be this and that to actually, so they're taking the biggest step towards democratizing that type of technology. And I mean, both Tim and Sean are great role models for this entire industry in this segment.
Yeah, I can imagine. And in terms of, so you said, well, don't be the next Nokia. For companies out there listening or tuning in, how would you say, how fast is it going to be? Because now you're doing maybe 15,000 people with a chip. But if the payment's going to be there, that's going to be...
Yeah, I'd say at least 1 million within 5 years. Payment is just down the line because Western Europe really strives towards a cashless society. But the main drive from the banks, at least, it is to monopolize the movement of monetary value. And if they monopolize it, they do like they always do. They press up the prices. But they know there's blockchain, there's cryptocurrency. So the IMF head, or the chairman of IMF, or chairwoman, just went out today and said, like, banks like we know them are a thing of the past. Look at blockchain, look at cryptocurrency. And I mean, she's sharp.
Yeah.
She really knows what she's talking about.
I can imagine.
Just adopt and adapt. So look at the banks. In Sweden, we more than halved the physical money in circulation in less than 10 years. So from 106 billion in 2009 to around 45 billion now. So this is the trend everywhere.
That part I can imagine, and if you want to go to a cashless society, but that doesn't mean that you have to implant the chip. So there's a lot of discussion about data security, about probably some physical things around it. And once you are able to get that out of the way, I think that it's a no-brainer, as you're saying, in terms of use and environmental effects of having it in you. But I think that must be the biggest challenge.
No, this is just speed bumps. Because it's really... It's not a matter of if anymore, it's more like when.
So what's your biggest challenge then for the coming 2 years from Biohacks International?
I would say choosing the correct strategic partners with the best values possible. So taking into account, we got the GDPR coming, the general data protection. It's going to be a new view on how you store data, how you use it, how you sell it, and especially how you protect it. So you might get pretty mighty enemies, but I mean, I want to turn the tables. I want to put you in charge of your own data. We want to make you the boss of your digital integrity. And that's impossible if you're always online on someone else's line, right?
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Okay, so getting the biggest of the best strategic partners. Any other challenges that you see? I mean, maybe in terms of because basically your product now is, except from a very good job you're doing in spreading the word, is getting as many chips as you can. Of course, is production something that's bothering you, or is it too easy?
No, not really.
Trust.
Trust. Yeah, I've never taken an email ever, unless it's voluntary. So we never keep track on anything, and we're always adamant on telling people that if you want more information, you need to contact us. We don't know who you are if we don't know people by name and like name badges. So it's really about, people are a bit suspicious, which I encourage. I want people to think critically. If everyone did that in my Facebook feed, that'd be awesome. But that's really not the fact. So think critically, challenge everything, do a well-informed decision before you do it. There's so many people that just do it, like me. Like, oh my God, it's possible. Do it. I want it. What do I do now?
But isn't it one of the biggest challenges you are facing? Just being the most trusted biohacker in the world.
I mean, it's not a challenge. It's more like I'm honored. I mean, and I really value that trust. And there's really nothing that, I mean, I've been saying no to a lot of money that I could use really well.
Or just to have it.
But not just having it, because if any old VC comes out, they're going to dictate exactly how we do things, and their main goal is the quickest ROI possible, and that means generating as much data as possible and selling that data for as long as possible. And that's kind of the opposite of what we're after. So say no to 20 million and 10 million and 15 million, it's kind of easy because it's just money. However, if someone with 25 million came and was offering intelligence with it, like, this is awesome. Take my money. I want to be along for the ride.
And in your terms.
If we share the same values and in the long run, hell yeah.
I can imagine. Okay.
Yeah.
I think...
Jowan Osterland, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. It's awesome to be here at Emerce. I wish I had more time.
How long are you staying here?
I'm flying tonight, so we're doing the last interviews, and I'm going to run to a taxi, kind of drive through Amsterdam to see as much as possible on the way to the airport.
Okay.
That's cool. Have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Thank you very much.
Emerce eDay Podcast. Voor meer afleveringen ga je naar iTunes, Soundcloud of YouTube. De Emerce eDay Podcast is proudly powered by voicebooking.com.